Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Sharifa and my poetry name is New Lily. If you're new to the channel, please check out the links located in the description box and comment section. And in both locations, you'll find a set of identical links that lead to videos that talk about what started my targeting in 2020, as well as links that lead to videos that share information about this program, y'all. It's a diabolical one, I'm telling you. There is constantly something being done to villainize you and keep you entangled in this thing, I'm telling you. Especially if you had a good day, you better be careful. They're gonna send whatever they gotta send to create something, I'm telling you. And you have people around externally that, don't care for you either. Like, it's dangerous. Dangerous program. Anyways, y'all, so I had a good day today, right? It was a decent day. We don't want to document too much, but, I always make videos when things are bad. So, it would make sense to talk about when things went kind of okay for me, right? Especially as a target. And then talk about the moment that happened just now, right? So, TMI, y'all, but I'm having my period. I'm PMSing, but I'm actually in a good mood, right? I didn't flip out. I didn't have any reactions today. Today was a decent day. I wasn't sure if I was going to go to the gym today. I told you on the last video that I'm doing this new workout split where I'm going Monday through Friday to the gym, right? So I'm going every day now. And I've kind of split up my workouts throughout the course of the 5 days. If you check out my last video, you'll see the breakdown, y'all. I even showed y'all my workout schedule. But Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays, those are my intense leg days. And I do more leg workouts. And then on Tuesdays and Thursdays, those are my, what I'm calling simple leg days. And I do the workouts that I typically miss on the hardcore leg days. So anyway, I missed yesterday, y'all. My hair was a mess. I didn't feel like, it's a long story, y'all. My hair was a mess. I had glue in it. I did the stupid thing where, I ordered these supposedly clip-in hair extensions, right? For my hair, I told y'all my hair is in the process of growing back, right? So I've been utilizing protective styling. You know how the natural hair community works, weaves, etc., whatever. So anyway, I ordered some clip-ins, and they were supposed to be tape-in clip-ins, right? So they're supposed to have some sort of stickiness to them where they stick in, but you can pull them out easily. The ones I got, I don't want to say were defective. I think this was my fault. Typically, whenever I order weave online, I'll put it in a pot of hot water and let it sit for a while, and I put like conditioner in that pot of hot water just to kind of disinfect it. I let the sticky part get in the hot water and it sat for a while, so I believe that's what made it defective. Anyway, long story short, I didn't want my money to go to waste because this is real human hair and good quality hair. So what I did was I went out and I purchased, stupid idea, that black Bond glue that some girls use to, glue in tracks. I used that when I was younger, y'all. Like, I never really in my older years used that type of glue because it's damaging to your hair, especially if you're on a natural hair journey. Anyway, I went, got desperate, like I said, and didn't want the hair to go to waste. So I went and I glued some tracks in, and, the thing got stuck in my hair, and, had to go through this process of detangling and combing out, and had to buy glue remover and all kinds of stuff, y'all. So my hair was a mess yesterday. And so I just decided not to go to the gym or really anywhere. I went out, I think, and ran to the corner store. That was it. So anyways, missed my Monday, but I went today, pushed myself. And period, again, TMI, y'all, but my period came last night. And those of y'all that have been subscribed, OG subscribers, y'all already know about me. I told y'all I PMS, right? One of those type of females. I get very heavy periods. By the way, FYI, if you are a female like myself that gets heavy periods and really bad cramps and PMS and moody and all of those things, your diet impacts that significantly. If you eat a healthy diet, like if you really try, and if you can afford it, and you try to eat organic, non-GMO vegetables, right? And grass-fed meat, just eat organically. Like, don't eat those processed meats and, those vegetables that aren't organic, non-GMO. Try to eat as healthy and as close to whole food as possible. And the reason I'm saying this is because your periods will be lighter. The reason that your period is so heavy is because you're full of toxicity, right? And so the period is a way for the body to clean itself out. It's like a female self-cleaning system. In the Bible, if you believe in the Bible, it talks about the fact that that's really like a punishment on women. If you believe in the Bible, I'm not pushing the Bible. Trust me, I'm not. I learned my lesson. I am not pushing the Bible. But I'm just saying, it seems like it's some sort of punishment, and it is in a way. Yes, because I do subscribe to the Bible. I do believe in it, although I'm not pushing it on people. It is some, from the Bible standpoint, some sort of punishment on females. But in a way, it's actually low-key a blessing in disguise, because it's a way for the woman's body to self-clean. So the Most High knows what he's doing, right? Even if something seems like a punishment, sometimes it's for the better of you. Anyway, so it's the woman's body's way of self-cleaning. And so that's how we clean ourselves every month, is through our period. That's why it's such a nasty stink thing, because it's literally like dead eggs and toxins and whatever else coming up out of you. So the more toxic your body is, the heavier your flow is going to be, and the more painful it's going to be. Some women get it worse than others. Like, you might be on a shitty diet, and you have a female that's on the same shitty diet as you, and you get it worse than her. That's just how it is sometimes, and that's how it is for me. If I'm not eating healthy and I'm in a period in my life where I'm not eating healthy, I get it real bad. I get real heavy cramps, and I get real bad cramps. I'm sorry, real heavy bleeding and real bad cramps. I know it's a TMI, y'all, but y'all know I like to share health info on the channel and info about what's going on with me, etc. So when I was younger and in my early 20s, I told y'all, my sister and I were living together, my older sister, and we were eating really healthy at the time. Very close to vegan. We were not vegan, but very close to being vegan. And everything had to be non-GMO and organic and, like grass-fed meat. We were eating meat. I'm telling you, we were not vegan, but we were not eating a lot of meat. And the meat that we ate had to be organic. It had to be grass-fed. The vegetables we ate had to be organic, non-GMO, etc., etc. I'm going off on a tangent, y'all. I'm getting to the main point of this video, but I'm just trying to explain to you what happened today and why I'm proud of myself for even getting out the house, because I'm in a time in my life right now where I'm not eating as good as I should be. I told you guys this already. I'm working out. I'm staying fit, right? And I'm consistent with my workouts. I haven't faltered with that, which again is why I'm proud of myself for getting out today despite how I'm feeling. But my diet, I've been faltering with the diet. I've been eating a lot of shit, eating a lot of junk, slipping up, it just is what it is. The time in my life, I'm trying to do better, but this is what's been going on. I've been eating a lot of crap. And so my periods have been real heavy and painful, and I've been very moody whenever it comes, and I'm targeted too, so I deal with things on a day-to-day basis. And so it's like, it's so hard whenever these times come. During the targeting, it's been so difficult not to have horrible, nasty reactions. And so I've been really working, like Herculean strength it has taken for me not to have some rotten reactions. Anyway, today was a good day. It wasn't even like I had to work hard. Today was not a bad day. But I'm just telling you, this is typically why it's hard for me to push myself to leave the house during this targeting when the period comes, because I just get it so bad. But I've been pushing, like, even, before when stuff was happening in the gym, period or not, hell or high water, and make sure I get to that damn gym. So anyway, things have kind of, been kind of weird in the gym. So I'm not really too sure. I wasn't too sure what to expect today. It's like this off and on thing in the gym ever since, these videos I've made. So anyways, I went there today. I was like, come on, you got to go. Push myself. It took me hours to get out of bed, and I was still trying to get my hair together too from the glue fiasco that had taken place, right? I had earlier comb out the glue, wash my hair, deep condition, all this kind of stuff. Not deep condition, just condition, all that kind of stuff like that. Anyway, so I got to the gym, and it was a decent day. It wasn't too many people there, right? It was a few people there. And one of these guys I've seen in there before, I actually made a video about him in the past because he was doing some gang stalking tactics in the past. And this was last year, like towards the beginning of last year. And it wasn't major what he did either. But I did talk about him very briefly in one video. This was, like I said, last year. Anyway, I have good memory. I remember everyone. And this is an older guy. Today he was very kind and pleasant to me. Like, I was doing my workouts, and they kind of, I think, all know my schedule at this point because I do the same thing like clockwork, and I'm being watched on these cameras. So I headed over there to do my last set of workouts, which was on the Smith machine, and he was in the process of using it. So when I went over there, I wasn't going to ask him to move. I was actually going to just try to see if I could find something else in the area to do. I wasn't supposed to do leg press workouts today. Remember, I told you today is my simple leg day. But I was going to do that or something, find something to occupy the time until he was done with the machine. But he looked up and saw me, and he said, hey, you need this machine? He said, I could go do something else. I said, no, don't worry about it. I said, just go ahead, finish your workouts, and I'll hop on when you're finished. So he said, no, I just came to the gym. He said, have you been here? I said, yeah, I've been here for a while. He said, well, I just came here, and I have other workouts to do. So he said, I can move my weights, let you do what you need to do, and then I can come back. I said, really? I said, thank you so much. I really appreciated that. And so, that happened. He let me use the machine and everything was very nice to me. That's the first time anyone's really been like truly nice to me in that gym in a long time. It's been a minute, y'all, since anybody has been nice to me in that gym. Anyway, so he let me use the thing. I used it. And then when I was leaving, I told him that I was done. I was asking him if he wanted me to leave some weights on, and he told me how much weight to leave on. And he even complimented me. He said, wow, you squat real heavy. He said, I can't even squat heavy like that. He said, who you competing with? I said, I'm competing with me, because I'm not competing with anybody. I'm really just trying to be better than the me I am today. Like with the workouts and stuff, like I'm just trying to be the strongest me that I can be. And also too, it's just like, it's mental health too. It really helps me, my mental, with everything I'm dealing with this thing. Like I'm telling you, the working out is really a good release. And it's something that I personally enjoy. Something I've done my whole life. I like sports. I like athletics. I like the gym. I like that type of stuff. So I genuinely like it. It's enjoyable for me. So anyway, that was it though. It was just brief convo and I left, but it was just to me, that's a good day. Something as simple as that. That would be nothing in anyone else's life. For a target like me, that's a good day. Something as simple as that. That's a good day for me. So I get in my car and I was trying to run up and down that didn't happen yet. I went to shoot some hoops at the court. And that was even a better day because today was a good day with the shots. I was making my shots more than, it's this weird thing with me. I'm out of shape when it comes to the basketball. I'm in shape when it comes to working out. Like going to the gym and lifting heavy and stuff, I'm in shape there. But there are different elements of working out. You have aerobic exercise and you have anaerobic. Anyways, y'all, sorry for the interruption. Let me go back over to YouTube. So weird stuff happened, and I'm not really going to say too much about it because I don't want problems. But I'm talking very quiet now when I'm not by the window. So anyways, like I was saying though, y'all, and hopefully you can hear me well. I'm making sure to speak directly into the speaker. There's a difference between aerobic exercise and anaerobic exercise. And aerobic exercise is more so cardio, right? So that's like where you're running, running track, playing basketball, even football would be aerobic because these are all cardio-based exercises. Anaerobic those exercises are more so sedentary, not sedentary really, but stable exercises where you're lifting heavy weights and which is also, by the way, a form of cardio because your heart rate is going when you're lifting heavy weights and stuff. That's why sometimes when people are doing deadlifts, they pass out. It is a form of cardio as well, but that's more so weightlifting, the anaerobic exercises. That's why like those big, huge, muscular dudes, the ones that aren't necessarily on a cut, that are more so bulking, and they get real, heavy and big, they have a hard time doing cardio. You throw them on the treadmill and after 1 minute, they're panting and wheezing and stuff. So, even though heavy weightlifting is a form of cardio in a way, it's not like how it is when you do aerobic exercise. It's a whole different thing. So as far as anaerobic exercise goes, I'm there, right? I'm fit there. I'm up to date there. Like I'm real strong there. But when it comes to the cardio and the running and the aerobic endurance, I am out of shape in that area. And then also too, that's something I've always struggled with. Despite having a past of playing basketball and all these other things, even when I'm fit there and I'm in shape in that area, I still struggle. Much less for me to not really be in shape in that area right now. I jog every Sunday. That's it, y'all. Because remember, I'm on a bulk and I've been trying to gain weight and stuff. So I've been trying not to do too much cardio. But now I'm out of shape in that area. So whenever I go on the court to play basketball, that involves a lot of running and stuff. I'm not just going there and shooting ball, standing there and making shots. I'm dribbling, I'm running up and down the low half of the court that I'm on. And I'm just doing all kinds of leg work and stuff, like handles and just playing with my, doing whatever. It's fun for me. I love basketball. It's such a release. I've been playing it since I was in freaking elementary school, y'all. I used to go on the court in the hot sun and play with the dudes, with the boys, right? So I just love basketball. I always have. My first love, for real, literally. Anyway, like Love and Basketball, I want to give you the idea because my family used to compare me to Monica from Love and Basketball. You see how she was in that movie? That's me. That's always been me. Me and basketball and I, whatever, right? So anyways, I'm out of shape though when it comes to the cardio aspect of things. So typically when I go out there on the court, that's why I said today was a good day and it's some time-ish with me. my shots sometimes are a little bit off. I'm always making shots consistently, whether I'm straight up making shots or it's a day where I'm struggling. But even on the struggle days, I am making shots. And even on those days where I'm struggling, what will happen is my shots will be hitting rim. Like I'll be hitting, it's not like I'm air balls or missing completely. That's only when I get real tired and out of breath. But typically my shots are hitting rim. So it's just like slightly off. But whatever it is, that's as far as my aim goes, that's off. And typically what it is that I'm tired and out of breath. That's why I'm mentioning the out of shape element of things. That's why when I'm out there longer, the shots start getting more and more shitty because I start getting tired. And so the more tired I get, the more my form suffers. And it's all about form when you're shooting, right? You have to have a good form. You have to make sure you're angling your arm right. You have to make sure that you're throwing the ball high enough. You have to make sure there's enough curve in the shot when you're doing it so that you're making the shot. It's kind of like a calculation. It really is. You can't just do any old thing and make the shot. It's just not going to work. There's a specific way you have to shoot so that you're making buckets. And that's why you see people practicing their shot. And the more they practice, the better they get. And I've been going out there a lot since I've had the car. Like almost every day going out there and shooting, like maybe, giving myself a goal of 10 to 15 shots before I leave. And so it's just getting better and better. I'm getting better. I'm getting in shape in that area. That's how it works. So anyway, today was a good day. As soon as when I start making my shots, and that was what happened yesterday too. But today they were like, I don't know what it was today, but yesterday they were chilling with the insect drones. Today they were sliding the insect drones in my face and doing all kinds of stuff. I don't know why they were doing it. But anyway, it's not really a big deal. I just had fun, and I made my little 15 shots, and I left. So that also added to my good day. That also made the day better. Not the insect drone interference, but just the fact that it was a good day on the court for me. I was making my shots consistently. I wasn't having like a missing streak. I did miss a few. I always do. But yeah. And even yesterday, when I went to the court, I actually went past the half court line. I went to the other side of the court, and I did something I haven't done in years. I used to do that when I was younger, like in elementary school and high school, middle school, when I played basketball. I made a shot from past the half court line. And at first I was trying to do it like how you do, how you use your two hands to shoot. If you're a right-hander, your right hand will be shooting the ball and your left hand will be guiding it. I was trying to do it that way, use my two hands, and I was getting it straight. Like you could tell if I had enough power in the shot, it would have went in those two first shots that I did, but it wasn't going far enough. It didn't have enough power in my shot. And I could have tried to push and extend further and get the shot to go. I was like, nah, let me do it how I used to do it. Because how I used to do it was I take my one arm, and I had gotten so good back in the day, I used to be able to make shots with my one arm without having to guide the ball with my left arm. So I was like, let me do it like that. So the first couple of shots completely off. Like it was just the aim was completely off, but I could still feel that I had it, right? So I said, I need to just aim a little bit better. So I really tried, and I kept aiming with my one arm, and I was able to get the shot, and it was a swoosh too. It was swoosh right in. That was fun. It didn't take me that many tries. I think I got it on the third or fourth try. So that was fun. I've just been having fun, man, y'all. Just going to the court and just doing things to occupy my time, right? Because the situation with the day job that's going on. It's still pending. Oddly enough, it's like 3 weeks later. I don't know what's going to happen with that thing, right? And I did apply, like I told you guys, for classes. I am going to be trying to get my master's. I explained to you all, I think it was in the last video, the part 2 targeted individual update video. The same video where I was showing y'all my gym regimen. In that video, I was explaining to you all that I'm trying to join the master's program for psychology. But there are 3 prerequisites that I don't have because my bachelor's degree is in English. So I have to take those 3 prerequisites first, and then I can join the master's program if the most high spirits in my life. So I'm excited because I'm starting school again, but it hasn't started yet. That's not starting until like the 24th is when I can apply to classes. So in the meantime, long story short, my days are free, which works for me in a good way, right? Because I get to go and work out and do the things I like to do. But nonetheless, the days are free, right? And so I fill it up with my workouts, which is what I was doing before I started working the day job anyways. But now I have a car, I can move around more easy. So I'm happy about the flexibility and being able to move around now, not having to struggle and beg for a ride, So anyways, oh my God, I went off on a tangent. I forgot what I was saying. I was just telling y'all about me going and playing basketball every day because that obviously wasn't happening before I had the car. So anyway, today was a good day, y'all. that's what I'm trying to get to, trying to share some positive with you before I share the negative. Because, of course, when I got home, stupidness happened, right? To just offset the whole, that's how it works when you're a target. I remember the day when I was getting the car, they were sending me all kinds of bullshit with the technology, with the AI shadow networking software. Oh, the day's going to, they kept trying to make me feel paranoid, like sending me videos. You know how they do that? How they can do that with the technology? Everything's hacked. When you're targeted, check out the links in the description box and comment section and learn about this technology that's used on targets. I've talked about it in so many videos, y'all. Anyway, you know how they like to send stuff with the technology to mess with you if you're having a good day, like what they did just now. So anyways, I was in the process of getting the car that day with my dad, and they kept sending me stuff with the technology, like when the day is going too smooth and you're suspicious, and they show somebody with a suspicious face and just sending all kinds of stuff trying to freak me out, and showing people getting cars that don't really work, and just sending me all kinds of stuff to freak me out, man. This is what they do with the technology, and so this is kind of like a similar thing here, where it was like the day was good, and I get home, of course they send some crap with the technology to try to offset the good day that I had. It's like, God, like, can I just have one good day? So anyways, before I came home, after I played the basketball, I have this thing that I like to do where I have wipes in my car, and I've always been this way. I like to wipe off my hands because the court is filthy. It's a basketball court. But then also this court is in a neighborhood, wayward, in a neighborhood where there's like a bunch of grass growing out around, and it had rained recently. So the court had all kind of mud and stuff on it, and it's typically dirty anyways. So whenever I bring the basketball off the court and I'm putting it back in the bag in the back seat, I like to sanitize. I like to put sanitizer on my hands, and then I like to go a step further and take wipes and wipe my hands off. So anyways, I noticed that my wipes ran out today. I was like, damn. I realized once I got to the court, I didn't have wipes, and I didn't want to leave and try and get wipes, and the sun was about to go down. I didn't have much sunlight left. I was like, I just want to make 10 shots. Let me just do this, and then I could go to the gas station after, get wipes. So after I played and stuff, made my shots and I left, my arms were itching. That's what always happens, because I always have to go retrieve the ball. The ball goes in the field. I told y'all it's a court that's surrounded by grass, right? It's in a neighborhood, like I told y'all. So typically I'm itchy when I'm leaving the court. My arms itching, everything, right? So it's like, I live nearby. Let me just stop home, wash my arms, wash my hands, and then I can head to the gas station and get the wipes to wipe my steering wheel off. Because at that point, even though I sanitized my hands, I didn't have my wipes to wipe the dirt off. And y'all should see how dirty the wipes are every time I wipe my hands off when I get off the court. Like, this is beyond just OCD. This is literally me trying to be clean, because the dirt is like filthy. My hands be filthy. Whenever I wipe my hands in the wipes be turning brown. That's how dirty the ball does be from being on the court. So anyways, after I went home and washed my arms and stuff, I went on like this mission. I was like, I got to try to find something cheap that I can eat, because I didn't cook. I need to buy a pack of chicken, and so I can meal prep again. And what's happening is, y'all, these last checks that I got went towards getting the car up and running. The registration costs basically $400, right? The insurance costs $300 and change, almost $400. I had to get an oil change for the car. I paid the mechanic $50. I had to pay $50 for the oil and stuff. It's an 8-cylinder vehicle. It's a gas guzzler, right? I've been driving up and down, so it's a gas guzzler. I've been throwing 20 in every 5 seconds, right? And then also my mechanic informed me that the cover for the gas tank is not working well, right? So I need to get a new one. He put his system, he connected something to check what issues with the car, because the check engine light has been coming on. And he said everything looks fine. The only issue he's seeing is that the gas tank cover is not covering the gas tank well, and so the fuel is going to run out quicker. So in addition to it being an 8-cylinder Jeep that's already going to be a gas guzzler anyways, then my gas tank cover isn't good. So it's also running down lower quicker too. And the gas prices went up. It's like $4 for a gallon of gas. So all of that is making it rough. I'm throwing 20 in every 5 seconds. So money goes down quick. It don't last forever. Anyway, so all of that, and then also paying $150 every 2 weeks. I pay $150 to live where I live. It's not called rent. I don't know what it's called. Lodging. I paid $150 to, upkeep or whatever, to live here in the room I'm living in. So all of that, it costs money, y'all. I buy yogurt. Y'all know I try to do a low meal prep thing. I don't have money like that. It's not like those real bodybuilders that have all these intricate, things in the fridge. And I'm doing what I can with what I have. So, Long story short, my money ran down. It's to the point where I'm using my credit card right now because all my money ran out. I think I have $10 in my account. It's been a long time since my bank account has looked like that, since I've been working the 2 jobs. I always have like at least 600, 700 saved in the savings account. And now it's like it's cutting closer because I'm only working 1 job at the moment. And I just was given hours, so it hasn't reflected yet. Next paycheck, I'm going to see the money. But I was working less hours doing the night job. So when the thing with the day job happened abruptly, I was getting a smaller check from the night job. I wasn't working that many hours. So it's now like play catch up type of thing, right? I got more hours with the night job now, but I now have to play catch up. So nonetheless, my money's low right now, and so I'm literally spending on a credit card. I got like probably $30 to last me until Friday when I get paid. So I'm looking around for something to eat, something cheap that I can afford because I'm broke. And also thinking, what gas station can I go to that's going to have something cheap that I can eat, maybe microwave or whatever, or have something prepared already, because some of these gas stations have food prepared already. Has the wipes that I need, right? And then also has hand towel. I needed hand towel and I needed spoons. And so, I was looking around and for an empty gas station, because at this point I was sweaty. I had worked out in the gym, then I went to play basketball, and I wear natural deodorant. Y'all already know there's this false narrative that I smell bad. It's not true. It's another one of those things that they throw around to make me feel bad about myself because they say I bear false witness. But anyways, it's an insecurity of mine too. I've said this in my full story. I've always had this fear or phobia of bad breath, body odor, etc. It's just the way I was raised. I have a grandmother, half of my family is from Trinidad. I've said this already. But my grandma specifically, she was very like a funny, finicky kind of lady, and just like make you feel bad about smells, and you better make sure you're smelling good, and you're cleaning the meat when you're cooking, and you're cleaning your house, and everything needs to be clean, and like your classic island woman. She was very anal about those things, and so I grew up with those same values, even though the house ain't looking what it's supposed to look like now. This is why I don't even understand. Anyway, I don't go into the details about it, y'all. I'm already having issues. We're in a rough time right now. Everyone in the house is going through stuff. Everybody has a little tinge of depression going on. The cleaning ain't happening the way it used to. And of all times now is when, cameras are being allowed in the house and, craziness. Anyway, I don't want to go into the details about it right now, y'all. I've talked about this already in prior videos. But nonetheless, I still have some of those core values in me, right? And so it's like funny when I'm cooking my meat, funny how I move with certain things. I have OCD with certain things. And so that's why I'm like that when it comes to the wipes and also when it comes to working out and stuff. If I feel like I'm sweaty, I don't want to go in a place where there's too many people. Even though I don't stink, I still feel like this funny kind of way, like I'm sweaty and I don't want to be around people. So I knew I needed to get these things, and I wanted to get something cheap to eat. I wanted to get the wipes, and I wanted to get hand towel and spoons. And I was looking for a gas station that didn't have too many people but would have the things that I was looking for. And so I went to the 2 main gas stations that kind of had what I was looking for, and they were packed to the max, man, packed. And so several times I circled back by the same gas station I wanted to go to see if, the crowd had, dwindled down, and it just didn't. It was just full of people. And so the last time I ended up passing by, obviously they're watching me on these cameras. I had sprayed perfume on myself and everything, preparing myself to go out amongst people. I chickened out last minute. I was like, nah, that's just way too many people. No way. Oh, and by the way, I wear natural deodorant too. So, of course, there's that sense of insecurity as well. Because when you wear natural deodorant, as much as it's good for you, it doesn't have the parabens, it doesn't have the aluminum. So you don't have to worry about your lymph ducts getting blocked up, etc. But nonetheless, the smell fades away, right? And so if you're working out this intense-ass workout and you sit in the car with no AC, after a while, you do start to get an earthy armpit smell. That's the only smell that would ever come off of me. And that's only after an intense workout of me sitting in the car with AC. So I know that to be the case. I know that can happen. And it's not the kind of armpit, y'all, where, some people just ain't bathing and cleaning themselves good and they're smelling like armpit ta. Like, it's not that type of armpit smell. It's not no high smell because I bathe myself all the time and I take care of myself and I clean myself, right? So it's not that type of high stink ass smell. That's not what's going on. But what's going on is still the insecurity is there. And I know that, okay, at this point now, my deodorant has worn off. There's an earthy smell happening, right? I don't want to be around people. So I'll typically spray on my perfume and you don't smell it, right? And that's, again, only if I've done an intense workout. I'm not talking about if I'm going day to day about my day-to-day life. You're not going to smell armpit off of me. The deodorant lasts, and it's a very good deodorant. I'm talking about if I've been doing an intense, heavy lifting session in the gym and I'm sweating, and then I go on the court in the hot sun and I play basketball, and then I'm sitting in my hot-ass car because the car doesn't have AC. You put the windows down, it's nice and cool, but it's still that element of you're not really getting that nice cool down. That is when the earthy can happen with the armpit, where it's like the deodorant wears off and it's not no big high armpit smell, but it's still like I'm insecure about it. I'm a funny person. And so when that starts happening, I don't want to go around people. So if push comes to shove, I'll spray on some perfume and go in a place if I don't have to stand too close to you. But I don't want nobody next to me when that's happening. I'm just funny like that. You're not going to smell it off of me, but I know that the smell is there. The armpit. That's it. So anyways, and here's the confirmation. You know, I had one of these times where I was having the same issue where I had done the double workout or whatever, and I just didn't want people to smell me. I sprayed on my perfume and I went right into, you know, this corner store that I knew that's all the way out on the east end of the island. I used to go out there when I was teaching, when I was a paraeducator at the elementary school on that side of town. That's right next to that store. So that's why I'm familiar with them. They've been there for a while. They've been there for years. So anyways, I went out there and I went, same thing like what's going on today, sprayed on my perfume right before I went in there, and you can't smell it. So anyways, and the bad thing about it is though, because something that a coworker said, and the reason he said this was because something I said in my video. He said it literally the day after I said what I said in my video. So now this looks bad for me. You know, that's why I didn't even want to say what I'm saying now. But I'm a real person. I'm not a liar. You know, there's people that don't like me that want to run with certain lies and false narratives. So if you give any inch way that something could possibly be true, then they will run with that shit. He didn't smell me. He was clearly saying throughout the whole conversation that it was a rumor. You know, he kept talking about rumors and people spreading rumors and this and that. And then he said what he said about supposedly this girl. Right, and this guy has the same last name as me, by the way. He's not a malicious person. He was just doing a convo with innuendo in it to kind of teach me a lesson. Because literally the day before I sat with him, I had never sat with him before, I made a video talking about the fact that I'm so afraid that they're going to say my body stinks next because the false narrative is that my breath stinks. And I said, I'm so scared that I hold my pee at work. I said, I'll be damn near about to pee myself and I won't go in the bathroom. I quicker pee myself than use the bathroom because I'm so terrified that someone will go in the bathroom after me and lie and say that I smell bad. And so I said I even spray on a bunch of perfume to prove that I don't stink. And then the next day was when he said what he said. When I sat with him, they put me to sit with him and he was saying, you know, the whole day was full of directed convo. I don't want to talk about work. I'm making a mistake here. I'm not meaning to talk about work. But the only reason I'm doing that is because somebody, you know, they like to warp reality and what really happened and try to push false narratives if they can. Not everyone, just the people that have issues with me. Then heard somebody reffing in the background, like as if what he said is true because of what I'm saying now about when I come out the gym, I like to spray on perfume because my deodorant has worn off. It's not the same scenario. At work, I'm not sweating. I'm sitting in AC all day. I've taken a fresh bath. I haven't worked out. I haven't gotten sweaty. I don't smell bad. But again, you know, it's just something that he was saying as kind of like a perpetuation of a rumor, because the day before I had literally made a video talking about my fear of using the bathroom at work because, you know, I'm afraid someone's going to come in behind me and say I stink. So that was when he said in the directed convo is when someone near you is talking to somebody else, but the convo is directed at you. Like they're saying things with innuendos as a jab at you. Him and I were talking, so it wasn't directed convo. I keep saying that by accident, but it was convo with innuendo in it. So he just kept telling me scenarios of people making rumors about people, and then he started telling me rumors. So he was, again, just trying to teach me about the things that I'm saying and the fact that it seems like I'm spreading rumors, which is not the case. That's not what happens. But I think what they mean is when I assume things, sometimes it would seem like I'm spreading a rumor. If I make assumptions about certain things, it's never me maliciously spreading a rumor. So that's an over-exaggeration, but I got the point of what he was trying to say. So anyways, that's when he started telling me about this coworker, and whenever she would use the bathroom, it would be smelling so fishy. It'd be so fishy. And then he said it would be this weird mix of perfume and fish. And he literally said that because the day before in my video, I said that I'm terrified to use the bathroom at work because I'm scared someone's going to come in behind me and lie and say that it smells like fish. And I said I also spray a bunch of perfume on to prove that I don't stink. That's what I had said in my video. And then the day after, he did that directed convo when they put me to work with him for the first time. But other than that, the whole interaction with him and I was actually pleasant. He's like one of the coolest interactions I had in there. And he really showed me the ropes. He was like active with me, teaching me the job and stuff. It was clearly him trying to teach me a lesson, but he was still working with me and showing me the job. And I was active and stuff, right? So no issue with him at all. But I'm just they were trying to run with that again. You know how they do. They will warp things if you don't document, you know. They will warp it and take it and try to paint a false narrative and make it true. Anyway, so that's different to me coming out of the gym, doing an intense workout in the gym, and then doing an intense workout on the court, and knowing that I wear natural deodorant, and just kind of feeling like I have an earthy smell coming from my armpits, and I don't want anyone to smell because there's already false rumors that I stink. And so saying, okay, let me spray myself and make sure that I don't smell bad because I have to run in here real quick. But I bathed and I did put on deodorant. Anyway, and it's really just in my head too. A lot of the time I'd be just insecure. That's just how I am. I've always been that way. Like, my breath stinks. You know, my sister laughing at me saying, no, your breath doesn't stink. You brushed your teeth. You use mouthwash. Da, da, da. That's just me. I've always been funny like that. And my stupid ass, I said it in my full story. And so they started using that as a tactic against me. Hardcore. Anyway, so back to what I was saying to y'all, because I went off on a tangent because of the noise campaign in the back. You know what they do. Anyway, so that's what it is. You know, whenever I'm having one of these intense days where I done got sweaty and, you know, the deodorant wore off and stuff, I don't want to go in a place that's packed with people. That's just how, especially as a target where they're already perpetuating this false narrative that I stink. Like, I'm not trying to do that and go around people. Anyway, so there was a day when that happened and I went to the other end of the island, all the way out on East End. You know, like I said, near this elementary school where I was a paraeducator at years ago, like 2016, 15, when I was in my mid-20s. One of the many teaching jobs I worked. Anyway, so I went out there and I was just trying to get a few items similar to what I was trying to do today. Went right there to the counter. The lady was, you know, the girl was literally like very close to me to where she could actually smell me. She said, what? She said, you know, I'm just using the accent of what she said. She said, you smell good, man. She said, you smell nice. I said, why? It's just perfume. You know, I said, I just spray on a little perfume. She said, what? Smelling nice, man. Whatever she said, you know, complimented me. So that's to tell you, whenever I spray the perfume on, you're not smelling my armpits. I'm just funny like that and self-conscious. Anyway, so I went in after skipping all these different places because I didn't want to go around people, right? Even though I had sprayed on the perfume and stuff. I went back to, like I said, the same gas station several times. I was like, nah, let me just find somewhere else to go. So as I'm leaving, I see this guy in all white, bent all the way over, his butt bent all the way over. You know, like they had set him up at the side of the road by that gas station, I guess because I didn't want to go in there, perpetuating the other false narrative. So I guess, again, trying to tell me that I'm slow or whatever, and these are all false narratives being projected at me because I bear false witness or whatever it is. But this is not that. This is not me being slow. It's a matter of me, again, just being fun. I've always been this way even before the targeting. I don't like going around people sweaty, and my dad is kind of like that too, like this funny kind of way. I think it stems from my grandma, you know, just not wanting, you know, just being very funny about certain things. So anyways, I decided to go into the pizza place because I noticed the parking lot was looking empty. I was like, okay, wow, I could go get some, you know, 2 slices of pizza. That's cheap. Could grab that. That will take care of the food situation. And I'll figure out how I could get the wipes and the hand towel. So I park in the parking lot, you know, and I run out quick. I'm like, okay, this is the first time they're looking empty because that pizza spot is usually lit. You know, they have like some of the best pizza on island. It's good food and it's usually packed up with people. I didn't want to drive all the way to the other end of the island because I discovered they have another store now that they reopened. But I didn't want to drive all the way back down there, you know, to that end of the island and burn gas. So it's like, okay, let me run in there real quick and take advantage of the fact that the store is empty. You know, I run in there, you know, some young boys working the counter. You know, I actually had a student when I was teaching at the high school. Y'all remember 2 years ago, at this point now 3 years ago, before I tried to relocate off island and before my targeting went viral. I did have a student that used to work in there. You know, I'm pretty sure he'd done graduate now and went off to college or whatever. But anyway, I didn't see anybody that I recognized in there. But, you know, usually they have young kids working the counter, like high schoolers and stuff. So that's how these kids look, like high schoolers. You know, and a lot of these young folks are privy to what's going on with me. They all know. The whole island knows about me. It's this big running joke. You know, it's so humiliating, like a laughing stock of the island. So anyways, I went in there. And, the young man had a mask on his face. So I know for a fact he didn't smell me. Like I said, I had the same scenario when I went in with that girl. And she was actually closer. Her across the counter was a little closer than he was. Right? I made sure to stand back too. I was moving funny. She was actually closer to me and she wasn't wearing a mask. She told me I smell good. This boy is wearing a mask on his face and he's a bad actor too. No disrespect. I'm not going to go in because he's a child, right? He's a high schooler. Bad acting, right? As soon as I get to the counter, he wasn't even acting like, if you smell somebody stink, immediately you're going to act like you smell the person. It's not going to be I come to the counter and we interact for quite a while to the point where you even go and get my drink out the freezer and then you randomly go, like, it just doesn't, it was bad acting. Right? So he asked me what drink I wanted. I made my order. He was trying to figure out what counter, what shelf to get the drink from because I had said the brand and there was 2 shelves that had that same brand, but it was a different drink. So I was trying to explain to him the second to last shelf. He kept looking at like the higher shelves and stuff. And then he got the drink, right? He brought it over. So he's ringing me up. We done talk and everything, done interact. I'm just paying for the stuff and I put my credit card in. I'm just putting my PIN in. All of a sudden, he just starts going, like it was just random. It was bad acting. He didn't do it right. He should have, from the time I walk up, start acting like I stunk. Not after we done stood there and talked for a while and I'm now putting my PIN in. All of a sudden, you're smelling it and you're wearing a mask. It was obviously just like everyone else watching. He saw me probably driving around Island, skipping spots and spraying on perfume and talking about how packed these stores were. And I even thought in my head, I don't want to go anywhere smelling, feeling sweaty like this. I don't like to go around people sweaty like this. And then I finally was like, okay, they look empty. Let me go in there. And I ran in there quick. And all of them kind of ran to the counter, and there was empty. There was nobody in there. So I'm sure they were watching me on their phone, like everyone else, right? Poppy show. I go to the counter and I think this was already the intention, right? So he had the mask on everything. There's no way this man smelled me through his mask. And I just put on all that perfume. It's just not happening. So anyway, he just last minute all of a sudden starts acting like he's smelling stuff. Like it was bad acting, right? I'm an immature child. I've dealt with high schoolers before. So it just really, it wasn't even anything I felt like I needed to respond to. And also, this is why I'm proud of myself because I'm PMSing. But I'm in a state where I'm trying to be non-reactive. I really am trying hard not to have reactions out here. I am really trying hard. And today was a good day for me too. So I was in a relatively good mood. So anyway, I let him do his little thing. The little fake thing. I grabbed my little bag and I was about to leave. And then this older guy comes in the door. And so I'm already, feeling funny. I'm like, damn, this shit. So I moved back. I'm going to let him just pass through. He held the door open. He said, come on, come through. I said, no, you come. He said, come on, man. I'm not going to charge you. So I had to walk by him. But he didn't do anything, right? He just went in and I'm sure all he smelled was perfume. But nonetheless, I thanked him and I walked through. But, it's just like these are the things I'm anxious about when being targeted. I don't even want people to stand next to me. Just yesterday, there was a guy that used a tactic on me. Yesterday, I didn't even go to the gym. Yesterday, what did I do yesterday? I played a little bit of basketball, so I didn't even get to the point where my armpit or my deodorant would have worn off. And I saw him standing by the counter. It was this isolated gas station. I purposely go there because it doesn't have many people. He pulled up right as I pull up. I'm like, dang, because this has happened before where someone will pull up same time as me and then they do gang stalking stuff. So I tried to linger in the car for a little bit and I said, no, let me just come out. I went out, got some drinks, went to the counter. He's there filling out lottery ticket stuff instead of just, going in the car or wherever to do your thing. Again, typically I wouldn't care about that stuff if I weren't targeted and people weren't, not everyone, but, certain people, and I never know who's going to do what, weren't doing certain tactics. So the guy behind the counter asked me to come up. I'm like, man, I don't want to come up while he's standing there at the counter. I just don't want to, so I didn't want to tell him no. So I just, I went up to the counter because I just knew he was going to do something. I just knew it. Right? So I go up. He's standing there for a while. I'm filling out my stuff. I put in my PIN in. He's still standing there. I'm like, damn, he's still standing there. So I kind of just did this thing with my head. Not in a rude way, but more in an exasperated way because I just felt like something was going to be done. And when I did that, then he did this. He looked around and then he pinched his nose. I said, see, I knew he was going to do something. It's just like this. I don't even want to stand next to people and it would make it be like, I'm being a bitch or something when it's trauma. I'm so used to stuff being done. It's not everyone, but I don't have GPS. I'm ESP, not GPS. I don't have ESP. I can't foretell who's going to be a gang stalker and who's not. So anytime I see someone in an area, like let's say a counter where you're at the counter and I need to come up now and do my thing, I don't want to stand next to you because I don't know if you're going to be one of those people that's going to do the stupid thing and pinch your nose. I don't want to deal with it. And I'm trying hard not to have these reactions. I really am. Anyway, so that happened. I didn't really have too bad of a reaction. It wasn't bad. That wasn't anything that really ruined my day. What could have ruined the day was what happened when I got home just now. That's what could have ruined the day. and why I'm making this video. So anyways, I get home now, finally get home. I'm exhausted, but I'm proud of myself. I got out there, I got my workout done, etc., etc. I got food. I still have the food there to eat. I need to eat. And I have work tonight. And as soon as I get in my freaking bed, I took a shower, sit on the bed, put my towel on. I always do is sit in front of the fan for a couple minutes. I'm just looking through Facebook, Instagram, whatever. I went to Instagram. At the top of the page, I see Jonathan Majors and Megan Goods got married. Like they had a secret ceremony and got married. So I said, oh, I'm so happy. I said, I want to see this. He said, I'm so excited. I said, I'm so glad she found somebody else now. So as I'm watching it, right, they purposely now show this scandal with Jonathan Majors, which, by the way, I'm familiar with the scandal because they sent it to me before. And I think they're low-key not only trying to create a race thing, but also it's a dib at me because it's him being accused of something that he supposedly didn't do. And he lost his whole career over it. Like he was this big whole actor and he just recently got his career back. They finally gave him like some leeway after the situation, after investigation, whatever else. He's now acting again. I forget in what. So he just got his career back and now he's with Megan Good. But apparently with the scandal, the only reason, again, I know about it is because they sent it to me maybe 2 months, 3 months ago. I don't know exactly when and I don't care. They send me this stuff all the time. But I was more so invested in Megan Good. I've been a fan of hers. I don't even have to look it up so that they'll know I'm not lying. Since the thing pulled up on my page, I haven't looked anything up. I'm a fan of hers. I don't know about Jonathan Major. The only reason I know about him is because they sent the shit to me about 2 or 3 months ago. And I was like, oh, Megan Good got a new man. I was so excited about it. And then I realized what's going on with the new man and that they're trying to use him as shadow networking. With her, she was married to a preacher. Seemed like a good dude. Good looking guy, handsome guy, sweet, nice man. But apparently his congregation didn't like her for him because she's kind of like this sexy type of actor. Female actor, right? And so she has a reputation of being like this sexy female that acts on the screen and stuff. They just felt like he should have been with a more modest female. And so that interfered with the relationship and people were judging her and casting stones at her so much because they didn't like her for him that eventually it got in his head and it caused marital issues and they ended up divorced. And so she had lost a lot of weight and she just wasn't looking good and it didn't totally resonate. I haven't had necessarily that situation or experience, but I have gone through a situation where things didn't work out with a guy and, it wasn't your fault necessarily. And so then you go through this heartbreak situation. I can't even say it wasn't my fault because to be honest with you, most of my relationships didn't work out because of me. I can be honest and real about that and take accountability there. But still just the element of seeing, this female that, not a bad person that was being judged and then got heartbroken and, she went through whatever she went through. And I've always been a fan of Megan Good, a big fan of hers. That's why I was rooting for her. And so I was happy to see she found somebody new and she looked genuinely happy, gaining weight, all this kind of stuff like that. So then I see the scandal with him. And apparently the scandal is they're trying to, again, shadow network with him. He was with a female before. The shadow network is she was white. Also, the shadow network is that the incident made him lose his career temporarily. Then they investigated it, whatever. And, basically people were rooting and fighting for him because they were saying it didn't make sense. The story wasn't adding up. I don't care about the racing and I don't, not to sound like a bitch, I don't necessarily care about him either because I don't know him like that. Not in this kind of way, like to say I don't care about him. It's just like he's not somebody that I know like that. I've never seen any movies he's acted in. His face looks kind of familiar. I'm a Megan Good fan. I've been watching her since I was a child. Back in the 90s, she's been on TV. So anyways, I just learned about him because of them and the technology. So the scandal with his ex-girlfriend or, it wasn't wife, it was girlfriend, was basically she accused him of domestic violence. I forgot what the situation was. I think it was that she was accusing him of cheating. And so I think she thinks she saw, or she did see, he's a big celebrity. She probably did see it, to be honest with you. A lot of these celebrity men cheat. Not all of them. I can't speak for all of them. I don't know them. I've never dated one. But they have a lot of women throwing themselves at them and, they have options and they have money and this and that. And so a lot of them are promiscuous and they cheat, and they're not faithful in their relationships. So according to the story, she saw messages in his phone like he was cheating. And so she was accusing him of cheating. And when she started accusing him of cheating in the car, they were in a vehicle together, right in the back of a vehicle. And so she started accusing him of cheating and it turned into this big brawl, basically in the back of the vehicle. And so he claims that he ran from her. And while he's running from her, she chased him and tried to grab the phone from him. And the cameras caught this. She's claiming that during the struggle, he strangled her. Like eventually he got so angry that he put his hands around her neck and strangled her. But that part wasn't caught on camera. But the part that was caught on camera was her chasing him, trying to get the phone. And so automatically, though, you know, with domestic violence, that's not a joke. And so with females, we kind of, I would say in this way, we kind of get the upper hand. Where typically if we claim domestic violence, typically people are going to believe us. Whereas with men, it's more so like it's going to be a joke thing. Because, you know, men are naturally stronger than women. If a man claims domestic violence, people can kind of be, not want to say laughing stock, but people going to be kind of laughing at it and not really taking it serious. And so I think in that instance, when she called domestic violence, people kind of just immediately thought, okay, nah, he's an abuser. Kind of like what happened to Chris Brown. Kind of like the Chris Brown Rihanna scandal. And so it turned to this big thing, and the man lost his career temporarily. You know, he lost a lot of gigs, he lost a lot of sponsorships, etc. And again, I only know about this because they sent it to me a few months ago. So anyways, come to find out later on down the line upon investigation and stuff, it looks like that wasn't the case. I don't know now. Like now, I don't know if they're shadow networking, but just now I looked up the scandal again, and I'm seeing something from 10 hours ago that's saying he did say he strangled her. So I don't know if the man strangled her or if he didn't. I don't know. I don't care. No disrespect to them. I don't know them. They're celebrities. They don't give a shit about me. I don't give a shit about them. No disrespect. I am a Megan Good fan. I don't care about Jonathan Majors. I only know about him now because a few months ago they sent it to me, right? So anyways, from what I saw back then, though, it looked like he was innocent, and they actually gave him some acting gigs now. Like he got his whole career back because a lot of people started to boycott the fact that he lost his career, and they were saying it's not adding up, and you can see on camera that she was chasing him for the phone and this and that. And so I feel like that was the shadow network. It was the fact that, first of all, it was an interracial couple where this scandalous thing is happening. So I think they were testing to see whose side it was going to be on. I think that was the experiment. But then also they do this weird thing with the technology where they have multiple reasons why they sent it. Then also too, I think they were trying to shadow network where he's supposed to represent me. This guy that had this big scandal, lost his career, and he's only now getting back on his feet and kind of getting like, you know, his career back a little bit. And so I think all of that was shadow networking. So they sent it about a month or two ago. They sent that crap to me. So I was like, oh shoot, you know, because at first I was just like, oh, Megan Good. I was like, she got a new man. Oh, okay, I'm glad she's happy. And then in the video, it started saying stuff about Jonathan Majors. And so I looked it up and I briefly saw what was going on and I read the comments. And to me, it looked like they figured out that he wasn't guilty. And that's why he started acting again and getting gigs again. So I don't know if they're shadow networking now, or I would have to look into it and see. I don't know. And I'm impartial to the situation where it applies to him. I'm a Megan Good fan. I'm happy for her because I know about her situation with Devin Franklin, the man that was a preacher that she was married to. And because his congregation and his fan base didn't think she was good enough and they're being judgmental of her, he kind of let that interfere with the relationship. And so it actually ended up culminating in a divorce. And so for me, I felt bad for her in that way because she is a God-fearing woman and she really loved him. And so I didn't understand why he let what others' opinions were of her. I didn't understand why he let that interfere with the relationship, because I felt like as a God-fearing man, he should have known better than to let that interfere with the relationship. And also too, as the head of the household, if she is off in any way, it was his job to teach her. And that's what he was doing. She actually had the girl's whole image had changed up when she was with that man. But I just, maybe, you know, the Most High does everything for a reason. Maybe just weren't meant to be together or whatever it was. But nonetheless, that was my investment in the relationship. Megan Good. I don't care about Jonathan Majors. So they were trying to create something there with that. And they've been trying. So anyways, I felt like I had to do a video about it because instantly I'm hearing noise campaign in the background. You know, they purposely at the end of the video attached, you know, the scandal. After I was already acting excited that they got married, they attached the scandal at the end of the video and purposely show the girlfriend, of course she's white, trying to create something when they already know the freaking sensitivity with race and me and my targeting. And I just had a good day today. They purposely slapped that at the top of my my freaking feed on Instagram. So I'm like, oh my God, you know, and they start making noise in the background, all this craziness. I'm like, I have to make a video about this, you know, because I'm like, I haven't made a video, you know, like since that one you saw from 5 days ago, I haven't made a video. And prior to that, it was 9 days prior to that one from 5 days ago since I've been trying to stay away from the videos, you know, and it's just like things like that happen. And again, I have to defend myself. Here I am exhausted. I want to eat my damn pizza. And I felt like I had to defend myself about having a moment of happiness for Megan Good because she found someone that genuinely loves her. You know, they tried to make it a race thing and attach that shit to the end of the video and create something. They know I'm being stared at, like just trying to villainize me as usual. So anyways, that's it, y'all. I don't care about Jonathan Majors. No disrespect to him and his situation. And I'm not him. His scandal is not mine and my scandal isn't his. It's two different situations, completely different. Anyways, y'all, I'll talk to you in the next one. That was it, man. I just had to give you the positive update. Today was a decent date for me. And then also defend myself with what they tried to do with the technology. I don't know what that was. Anyway, I'll talk to you in the next one. Peace out.